नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto Chapter 87, text number 29. Stira Chara Jatayaha Syuhu Ajaya Uttha Nimitta Yujaha Viharaha Uddikshaya Yadi Parasya Vimukta Tataha Na Hi Paramasya Kaschit Aparaha Na Paraha Cha Bhavet Vijayataha Iva Apadasya Tava Sunya Tulam Dadataha Stirachara Jatayah Syur Ajayotta Nimitta Yujo Vihara Udikshaya Yadi Parasya Vimukta Tataha Nahi Pramasya Kaschidaparo Na Parascha Bhaved Viyataiva Padasya Tava Sunyatulam Dadataha Stirachara Jatayah Syur Ajayotta Nimitta Yujo Vihara Udikshaya Yadi Parasya Vimukta Tataha Nahi Paramasya Kaschidaparo Na Parascha Bhave Viyataiva Padasya Tava Sunyatulam Dadataha Stirachara Jatayah Syur Ajayotta Nimitta Yujo Vihara Udikshaya Yadi Parasya Vimukta Tataha Nahi Paramasya Kaschidaparo Na Parascha Bhave Vyataiva Padasya Tava Sunyatulam Dadataha. Nahi Paramasya Kaschidaparo. Matajis? Sthirachara jataya syurajayota nimitta yujo viharau dikshaya yadi parasya vimukta tataha nahi paramasya kaschidaparo na parascha bhavet viyataiva padasya tava sunyatulam dadataha. Sthira, stationary, chara, and moving. Jatayaha, species of life. Syuhu, become manifest. Ajaya, with the material energy. Uttha, awakened. Nimitta, their motivations for activity. And the subtle bodies activated by such. Yujaha, assuming. Viharaha, sport. Udikshaya, by your brief glance. Yadi, if. Parasya, of him who is aloof. Vimukta, O eternally liberated one. Tataha, from her. Na, not. He, indeed. Paramasya, for the Supreme. Kaschet, anyone. Aparaha, not foreign. Na, nar. Paraha, foreign. Cha, also. Bhavet, can be. Viyataha, for the ethereal sky. Iva, as if. Apadasya, which has no perceptible qualities. Tava, for you. Sunya, to a void. Tulam, a resemblance. Dadataha, who take on. Translation and purport. Translation, O eternally liberated, transcendental Lord, your material energy causes the various moving and non-moving species of life to appear by activating their material desires. But only when and if you sport with her by briefly glancing at her. You, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, see no one as intimate friend and no one as a stranger, just as the ethereal sky has no connection with perceptible qualities. In this sense, you resemble a void. Not only are living beings totally dependent on the all-powerful, independent Lord for their maintenance and welfare, but even the very fact of their embodied existence is due only to His exceptional mercy. The personality of Godhead has no interest in material affairs, since it has nothing to gain from the petty pleasures of this world. It is altogether free from any contamination of envy or lust. He is exclusively involved in confidential loving pastimes with his pure devotees in the internal realm of his spiritual energies. Therefore, the only reason he ever turns to the business of material creation is to help draw lost souls back into this inner circle of eternal enjoyment. To attempt a life separate from the Lord, rebellious souls must be provided with suitable bodies and an illusory environment in which to act out their fantasies of independence. The merciful Lord agrees to let them learn in their own way, and so he glances at Mahamaya, his energy of material creation. Simply by this glance, she is awakened and makes all required arrangements on his behalf. She and her helpers manufacture countless varieties of grass and subtle bodies of demigods, humans, animals, and so on, along with countless situations in heavenly and hellish worlds, all just to give the conditioned souls the exact facilities they desire and deserve. While the uninformed may blame God for the suffering of his creatures, a sincere student of the Vedic literature will come to appreciate the Supreme Lord's equal concern for each soul. Since he has nothing to lose or gain, there is no reason for him to distinguish between friends and opponents. We may choose to oppose him and make all endeavors to forget him, but he never forgets us, nor does he ever stop providing us with all our necessities along with his unseen guidance. Srila Sridhar Swami prays, Tvadikshanavasa Shobha Maya Bodhita Karma Bhihi Jatan Samsarataha Kinnan Ruhare Pahinaha Pitaha. O Father, O Lord appearing as half man, half lion, please save those who have been born into the endless cycle of birth and death. These souls are distressed by their karmic entanglement, which Maya awakened when your glance excited her to activity. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Yastapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupad Damahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye. Hare Krishna. I am very lucky, very short purport. Otherwise, in the Krishna book, 33rd chapter, Srila Prabhupada describing Ras Leela, description of Ras Leela. In that second paragraph, Srila Prabhupada is writing that Krishna and all the gopis, they were dancing in a rasa dance. And then Krishna is singing and all the gopis, they were responding. So Srila Prabhupada comments that the whole world is covered by Krishna's singing. And we should respond. We should respond to please Krishna. Then actually, when Srila Prabhupada is making, instructing to make the deities of Radha Shyam Sundar, Prabhupada actually gave a pose how Radharani should look like. So all the temples, most of the temples before, Srimad Radharani looks Abhayahasta, right, like this. But in Vrindavan, Srimad Radharani is dancing, right? So first dancing deity of Srimad Radharani in ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada put a pose, Radharani should like this. And then Prabhupada said, Srimad Radharani is dancing all the time for the pleasure of Krishna. If she stops dancing, the whole world will be put into ruination. Like that. So then Prabhupada writes in that paragraph that everybody in this world, actually Krishna is dancing all the time. And everybody in this world is also dancing, as per Chaitanya Charitamrita. Ekala Krishna. No? But one should respond to Krishna's dancing. One should respond to Krishna's dancing. One should match the steps of Krishna. One should not dance independently. So Prabhupada writes, the whole problem arises when we want to dance independently of Krishna. When we respond to Krishna's dancing, we are all very happy. But when we want to independently dance separately from Krishna, imitating Krishna's dancing, then the problem arises. Then we have to live in this world. If you are ready to match the steps of Krishna and act, dance according to Krishna's wishes, then Krishna will be very pleased with us, and then he will keep us with him. Otherwise, this material world, right? Actually, when Krishna, a mother can cook food and eat, and then fulfill her hunger, and then fulfill the hunger of the child also. But if the child thinks that I also want to cook, and then she is very stubborn. Mama, I want to cook, I want to cook, I want to cook. Mother tells, you cannot cook, you cannot cook. Mama, I want to cook, I want to cook. Then mother, so no, you cannot cook. I will cook for you, then you eat. No, I want to cook. Then mother gives her, the child, toy cooker, toy stove, toys, and the child plays for some time with the toys and toy cooker, toy. फिर बाद में बोलेगी मम्मी भूख लगी है. Then 2 minutes, then she prepares. In the same way, Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and then we are enjoyed. We are Prakriti. We cannot enjoy separately from Krishna. But if the living entity is stubborn, that I want to enjoy separately from you, by the Krishna. Krishna says, no, you cannot enjoy separately from me. No, you have to enjoy with me. Then if the living entity is very stubborn, then Krishna gives this toy world. Just like this toy cooker, toy stove cannot produce food. In the same way, in this material world, which is like replica of the spiritual world, just like previously in front of the temple, they used to sell plastic bananas, plastic apples. Right? They exactly look like apples and bananas. But when you purchase them and try to eat, they exactly look like that. But you don't get nourishment, and then hunger is not fulfilled, because it's no life in that. In the same way, this material world, wherever you go, there is no happiness. No? But Anandamayo Abhyasat, the living entity by nature has a right, has a willing desire to experience happiness. But we are in a wrong place at a wrong time. There is no happiness. Prabhupada writes in 6th canto of Bhagavatam, that guna pravaho etasmin, ka shapa kono anugraha, ka swarga kono narakova, ka sukha kono dukkhava. In that, in the flow of this material three modes of nature, what is the anugraha, what is blessing, and what is curse? What is swarga, what is naraka? What is happiness, what is distress? All are same. Prabhupada writes in the purport, if somebody is thrown into mine of salt, what do they experience? Do you get any sweet water you will get? Only salt. Somebody is thrown into this material world. Wherever you go, there is only suffering. Right? There is only suffering. But we insist to be here. We insist. When the child wants to drive a car, when the child wants to drive a car, what father does? What is your name? Huh? Krishnadas. Krishnadas. If suppose a child wants to drive a car, what the father will do? Give him a car? No. That example is over. He will, if the child insists, the father will make him sit on his lap, right? Then he will tell him, you catch the steering wheel, right? Do like this, but actually father only does. Father only does, but the child is thinking, I am driving. I am driving. In the same way, in this world, we can't do anything. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. Ankar vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. I am doing. The soul is minute. We can't do anything. We can't do anything. Just like Bajaj wala, he can make a motorbike. He can manufacture a motorbike. We cannot manufacture a motorbike. Right? But if they manufacture and give us, we will purchase that, and then we can drive the motorbike. We can ride the motorbike. In the same way, this material, when the matter is in the state of pradhana, matter in state of pradhana, we cannot actually, the soul is so minute, we cannot manipulate the matter. We cannot manipulate the matter. The kala divides into 24 elements. Just like a Bajaj company wala manufactures a motorbike, in the same way the kala divides the matter into 24 elements. Then we can manipulate. That also we can only desire, and the Prakriti is only doing everything. We can only desire. We can only desire. So if we desire separately from Krishna, and then we have to operate in this material world, which is only causing more and more distress, right? More and more distress. Samsara chakra etasmin jantuhu ajnana mohitaha. Samsara chakra, then Brahmayan sukha dukkhayo bhungte sarvatra sarvada. Maharaj Chitraketu, when he was cursed, this is the second verse he spoke to Mother Parvati, that samsara chakra etasmin, jantuhu ajnana mohita. In this samsara chakra, the jantu, the living entity, because of ignorance, he became illusioned. That is why Brahmayan sukha dukkhecha. He is wandering all over the universe, experiencing happiness and distress, and all the time and everywhere. Sarvatra sarvada. All the time, everywhere. Like that. But Krishna is very, very merciful. Even though living entity, it's not for the in the welfare of the living entity. Still, Krishna, gives us a chance. So that time, sa aikshata. This verse, that is the main topic. Sa aikshata. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made this statement, right, from Chandogya Upanishad or Mandukya Upanishad. I think Chandogya Upanishad. Sa aikshata. This is very important point that he made to defeat Sarvam Bhattacharya, and then Prakashananda Saraswati also, right? in this material world. So that is why we should know that yomam ajam anadimcha vetti loka maheshwaram asammudo samartyeshu sarvapapai pramuchate. How many of you know this shloka? Yomam ajam anadimcha. Boliye. Vetti loka maheshwaram asammudo samartyeshu sarvapapai pramuchate. In this world, all of us are taking birth, Prabhupada writes, because of our past sinful activities, especially Prabhupada writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. If we are suffering from some disease, that means that is a result of past sinful activities. Right? Past sinful activities. Like Prabhupada writes in 7th canto Bhagavatam, somebody who has stolen gold of a Brahmana, right? He suffers from Shaya Vyadi. Somebody who drinks alcohol, in his last life drank, in this life, he will suffer from this bad teeth, right? Guru Talpaga, somebody who indulges in illicit sex with a superior's wife, they have skin disease, like the Prabhupada writes. Stena. Then, anyway, we'll not go into that. So, Prabhupada, so we have to become free from sinful reactions. Right? Why do we fall asleep while chanting? Anarthas. What are anarthas? Past sinful activities, result of past sinful activities. We have to reduce them. Right? So, how many of you want to become free from all sinful reactions? So, Prabhupada gave a solution to this. Right? There are Prabhupada writes in the purport. Anyway, meaning of this verse, this is 10th chapter, third shloka. Yomam ajam anadimcha vetti loka maheshwaram asammudo samartyeshu sarvapapai pramuchate. So anybody who understands that Krishna is unborn, Krishna is beginningless, and then Krishna is the supreme owner, controller of all planetary systems. Without a doubt, somebody who understands these three things, without a doubt, he will become free from all sinful reactions. So, in this regard, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that there are many people, there are millions and millions of billions of people. Out of that, Manushanam Sahasreshu Kashidiyate Siddhaye, out of that few thousand people, they aspire for self-realization. Out of them, of all the people who are aspiring for self-realization through various methods, out of all of them, one who understands that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He is the Supreme Controller of all planetary systems, He is unborn, He is beginningless, He is the most spiritually successful person. Such a person will become free from all sin. Learn this verse. Learn this verse. Then understand how you accept. Then, whenever you come to in front of the deities, you should tell this. Right? You should tell this. My dear Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you check all the prayers by all devotees, they say this to the Lord. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are beyond three modes of nature. You are unborn. Like that. You should say this to me. Yeah? Yomam, right? So, one more point Srila Prabhupada makes very beautiful, that Krishna is separate from everything that is created. What? Krishna is separate from everything that is created. So by studying this world, you cannot know Krishna. Huh? He is beyond. Right? You cannot understand Krishna by studying this world. By studying this world, you cannot understand Krishna. So, so Prabhupada writes that anybody who understands this, Krishna is separate from everything that is created. He will also become free from all sinful reactions. This is Krishna Tattva. Understand Krishna Tattva. Right? When you understand Krishna Tattva, so you have to understand. Such a personality of Godhead, when he glances, this world is created. So that is why Prabhupada writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the beginning, when there is no creation, Krishna was existing. After this creation, Krishna is maintaining. And then Krishna only destroys. After the destruction of this world, Krishna only will remain. That means he has seen. That means what? He is a person. He has eyes. He has seen. He glanced. That means he has eyes. What kind of eyes? What kind of a personality he is? He was nothing. When the matter is not existing, he was present. That means he spiritually, he has spiritual eyes, he has spiritual body. He has nothing to do with the matter. He has nothing to do with matter. He glanced. Then this creation takes place. Huh? And that personality of Godhead, he comes to rescue all of us. Right? He comes to rescue all of us. So this whole creation, very beautiful. Yeah, this Bhaktya Puman Jat Virag Aindrat, Bhaktya Puman Jat Virag Aindrat, Drishra Sutva Mad Rachananu Chintayan. Right? So, a devotee, Satam Prasangam, Mamvirya Samvido, Bhavanti Hutkarna Rasayanagar. After that verse, this verse comes. Bhaktya Puman Jat Virag Aindrat. When a devotee discusses Krishna Katha, he becomes free from sense enjoyment. Such devotees, they should always Drishtra Sutva Mad Rachananu Chintayan. How this creation has taken place, they should always discuss. Right? There is one verse. Anybody knows? You know this verse? Anybody who knows these three Purushas, they will become liberated. Prabhupada quoted this verse. Karanodaksai Vishnu, Garbhodaksai Vishnu, and then Shirodaksai Vishnu. Anybody who knows these three Vishnus, he will become liberated. Because Lord Kapila says, because this is how, they are the one that created this material world. In the beginning, from the breathing of the Lord, all the universes they come. Right? All the universes they come. And then Garbhodaksai Vishnu, from his navel, the lotus flower sprouts. On the top of that lotus, Brahmaji is born. Then the Shirodaksai Vishnu is the resident of all living, in all the living entities, and then in all the atoms. Anybody who knows, Prabhuji will tell, there are three Vishnus in Kerala, right? Padmanabha Swami, and then Adikesha, and then Janardhan, right? Varkala. Varkala. Right? Prabhuji will take you. Recently, he told in one class, then last time when I went, very beautiful. We should visit that place. Padmanabh Swami is Garbhodaksai Vishnu. Right? Adikeshava is Mahavishnu. That's why you should go first to Adikeshava temple, then come to Padmanabh Swami temple, then go to Varkala. Then Varkala, Kshirodaksai Vishnu. All beautiful darshans. Ah, very, one kush ho jata hai. Especially Adikeshava temple, if you go, very beautiful. And then there's not much rush also. Padmanabh Swami, there's a lot of rush, they push you out. Then this Varkala also, very beautiful darshan. Next time when you go, Varkala is near Trivandrum, I think 1 hour, I think, something like that. Then Adikeshwar temple also 1.5 2 hours from Trivandrum. But Padmanabh Swami is in Trivandrum. Like that. Right? These three Vishnus, anybody who knows these three Vishnus, they will become liberated. Right? That is, Prabhupada quoted this verse in 7th chapter, the fourth verse. Like that. Vishnustu Trini Rupani, that verse is there. Like that. So, such a personality of Godhead, so this is the opulence of the Lord, right? Buddhirjnanam asammohaha, kshama satyam dhamasamaha, bhaya, what is that? Sukam dukkam bhavo bhavo, bhayam cha abhayam cha, ahimsa samata tushtis, tapodanam yasho yashaha, bhavanti bhava bhutanam matta eva pratagvida. Right? Buddhirjnanam asammohaha. These are all things Krishna says. Buddhi means intelligence. Asammoha, not becoming bewildered. Asammohaha. Buddhirjnanam, jnanam, knowledge. Right? Shama, Satyam, Dhamma, Samaha. All this Krishna says, they are mine. I have created them. What does that mean? One Acharya says, means he is telling, I have created all these things. They are mine. Krishna is telling, ask from me, I will give. Right? Buddhirjnanam asammoha, Shama Satyam Dhamma Samaha. Right? All these things, qualities. Krishna says, I have created them. Maharshinam cha saptapurve, chatvara manavastata, madbhava manasa jata, esham lokam imam praja. Saptarshis, Manus, then 4 Kumaras, I have created. Then Krishna says, Etan vibhutim yogam cha mamayo veti tattvataha sa avikalpena yogena yujjatena atra samshayaha. Anybody who understands my opulence in truth, they will perform pure devotional service. Right? This is the opulence that is described in this verse of opulence of Krishna. Krishna by glance is creating everything. In this material world, when in 1950s, the computer, they made a computer. Right? After hundreds of scientific research, they made airplane in 1920 or somewhere. And then in 1950s, they made a computer. The computer used to take the full room. Right? After 40 or 50 years of continuous research and method, now the computer is in our pockets. Right? It took them so much time, but Krishna makes all this universe, Krishna made the brain of all the scientists also. Right? Krishna is so wonderful. So it is so wonderful that Prabhupada writes, when a scientist makes a machine, they cannot duplicate themselves. They have to make factories, like that. But human beings, they duplicate, But there is a science also. In the, Garuda Purana and all, it's all mentioned. There is a factory of human bodies manufacturing, and then all the bodies, they are Rolls Royce cars. You know what is the significant Rolls Royce cars? Rolls Royce car are custom made. You cannot go to a showroom and purchase a Rolls Royce car. You have to go and give them order. I want like this. I want like this specifications. Then they custom. Then they, according to your taste, they will make the Rolls Royce car. That is a very expensive car. 2-3 crores they cost. Sometimes 10 crores, like that. Like that, all our bodies are Rolls Royce cars, custom made according to our karma. Right? If you go to Mahindra and Mahindra, there is an assembly line, I used to work in the, I used to go Mahindra and Mahindra for inspection. I was automobile field, so I used to inspect and all. So we used to take one item, 2-3 items, and then check, and then we used to certify. Yeah, this assembly line is okay, like that, But there is no, in Brahma, he had a factory. He has a factory. Brahmaji has a factory. When the soul enters the womb of a mother, the body has to be fitted, right? And that body is manufactured, in the factory of Brahma. And then they supplied this. Yeah, according to karma, eyes should be wide. Yeah. Then lotus eyed, Padma, like that. Oh, beautiful eyes, like that. Then Prabhupada says, if somebody has done very lot of sinful activities, uska covering dena black. No package, right? The Gora, right? All many of the South Indians. That in South India, when the children are born, if the child is some thoda color, first thing they ask, क्या color है? थोड़ा black है. Ayyo! They will say, Ayyo, kala hai. If the ladki is kala, means they have problem. Once one husband was telling his wife, chai piyegi? नहीं, मेरा मम्मी ने बोला इसलिए वो लोग कॉफी नहीं पिलाते हैं, काला है तो थोड़ा, तो चाय पिला काली हो जाऊंगी. इतना खून पी रही है, लाल थोड़ी हो गई. Anyway, Parasar Bhatta says that then the whole body is manufactured. Then the Bhagyarekas have to be written. Right? Bhagyarekas have to be written. At that time, Brahmaji calls Lakshmi Devi, it seems. Right? Lakshmi Devi. Then Lakshmi Devi, according to the charity one has given, according to the punya karma one has performed, how much wealth has to be bhagya, how much wealth has to be put into this person's fate, bhagya. By her moving her eyebrows, she decides how much money has to be given. Right? Somebody has given lot of charity, lot of punya karma. ऐसा कर देंगे. Then there is so much money. If somebody has not given any charity, then there is no money. Like this, millions and millions of bodies are manufactured and fitted. That's what, in the purport it is written. All opulence, this is all opulence of Krishna. Right? Tiryagnaga Dijasarishtipa Deva Daitya Martyadibir Parichitam Sadasat Asesham Rupam Swavastitam Ajate Mahadadi Anekam Nataha Parama Vedmi Nayatra Vadaha. This is a very beautiful verse from Dhruva Maharaj's prayers, 4th canto, 9th chapter. And then Prabhupada wrote beautiful purport. Please read. Dhruva Maharaj is saying, Tiryaganaga Dijasarishtipa Deva Daitya. There are so many species I have seen. Tiryaga, Dvijasarispa, Brahmin body, serpental body, Krimikitadi body, animal body, Daitya body, Martyadibir Parichitim, then human being, human body, all 84 lakh species, I have seen, my dear Lord, I have seen. Now, I have seen you. Rupam Swavastitam Ajate. I have seen you. Now, Nayatra Vadaha. Nataha Parama Vedmi Nayatra Vadaha. Now, no more arguments. You are the supreme form. Your form is the supreme form. I am satisfied. Prabhupada writes in the purport that we have, my dear Lord, Dhruv Maharaj is saying, my dear Lord, I have served dogs, I have served cats, I have served human beings, I have served daityas. These are all useless. Now I have seen you. I don't like to serve anyone else except you. Anyone else except you. Like that. So this is Krishna's opulence. We are going through so much, turbulence, suffering, life after life, going to so many planetary systems, different. Prabhupada writes in the third canto Bhagavatam, those after the punishment, when the soul has to be given body of pig, Yamadutas, they train the soul to eat stool. Because nobody eats stool. Right? So they feed stool. And then you get accustomed, Like when I used to serve my Guru Maharaj, in the beginning he used to wear all opulent food stuff. Then later on, he had an operation. He was only eating boiled, steamed vegetables. I asked Maharaj, Maharaj, you are not fed up of eating all this? How you are eating? Maharaj told, Ramarup, it is a question of abhyas, practice. Anyway, it is very difficult. Once, after Prabhupada went from India, after getting treated, Malti Mataji, Yamuna Mataji, they all made a committee, committee, dietitian committee, then they are giving all boiled vegetables and all, boiled vegetables to Prabhupada. Prabhupada ate 3-4 days, Prabhupada ate 3-4 days. Then Prabhupada said, let this dieting committee go to hell. This food is meant for animals. Once Prabhupada came to Mumbai, at that time Hare and all, they were serving, Tamal Krishna and they were serving Prabhupada. Then Palika Mataji, Bhavananda's wife, she came. Prabhupada said, oh, Palika, you're here? Cook lunch for me. Then Hare Prabhu, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, they warned her, don't cook, opulent prasad for, Prabhupada. He's on diet, he's not well. Like that. This, you have to cook like that. And then Palika Mata, Matajis, they don't listen. So she didn't listen. And then she cooked all opulent prasad. Puris and halwa, pakodas, plum chutney and whatnot, paneer sabji and all. Then Hare Prabhu and all, aag bagula ho gaye, red, their eyes red with anger. What have you done, Palika? And all that. And then Prabhupada, then she gave plate to Prabhupada. Then what will you eat, Prabhupada? What will you eat now? Then he gave, they served Prabhupada. Then after some time when they went, the whole plate was empty. And Prabhupada enjoyed it. Then Palika Mataji, then Hare Prabhu and all, they are shocked. Prabhupada, they are saying that you are eating only boiled vegetables and all. They told me not to cook all these things. Prabhupada said, because they don't know how to cook. Like that. Anyway, Prabhupada never bothered. So so they make you. Then Prabhupada says, if someone has to take birth as a bird, some take as a bird. They train them how to fly. In the beginning. Then they put that soul in the body of a bird. Like that, you get everybody gets trained. Like that, these bodies are made. This is all opulence of Krishna. Right? Then we have to somehow or other get out of this material world. So this Janmashtami is coming. Prabhupada, we have to understand that Krishna also takes birth, right? But in order to deliver us. One who is Aja, Ajopisan Avyayatma, Bhutanam Ishvaro Apisan, Ishvaro Api. Aja, but he takes birth. For what? For delivering us. When Nammalvar, when he heard the pastime of taking Krishna's birth, Krishna Janma, he fainted. 6 months, he did not come out of consciousness, out of that ecstasy. Then Madhurkavi Alvar, he woke him up, said, "My dear Lord, if you are sleeping, who will write all this, Prabandhas? Why he became fainted? Because, my dear Lord, even ordinary people, when they take birth, mother, father, they celebrate their birth. They celebrate birth. They throw a party and all that stuff. They celebrate happy birthday to you, right? Like that. But when the Supreme Lord, you are the Supreme Lord, when you have taken birth, Vasudeva could not celebrate because you have taken birth in a jail cell, in the middle of the night, in the Andhakar, in a dark cell of Kamsa, right? So secretly you are transported to Gokul. All that you are hiding. Why, Vasudeva could not celebrate because out of causeless mercy you have taken birth like that, in a dark cell of Kamsa to deliver all of us. How merciful you are, like that. That's why when Janmashtami is coming in 15 days time, so we should actually celebrate, Krishna's birth by understanding his birth and activities, how they are divine, right? How they are divine. So, Harishauriji, he comments regarding Krishna's birth. Because Vasudev, when Krishna took birth, we have, he has done Godan mentally, right? He has done Godan. Some 10,000 or 1 lakh cows he has given. He said, because he has given Godan, on Janmashtami day, every Janmashtami day, we also have to do Godan. Huh? Will you do Godan? So what is the meaning of Godan? Another meaning of go is senses. We should give our senses into the charity, into Krishna. That means we should not engage our senses in our sense gratification, but in the service of Krishna. That is called Goda. Right? Like that. So, how Krishna's birth is transcendental. So you learn this verse on Janmashtami day. Tamadbhutam balakamambujekshanam chaturbhujam shanka gadayudayudham Srivassalakshmam galashobhikaustubham Pitambaram sandra payoda sobhagam Maharha vaidurya kirita kuntalam Pisha parishvakta sahasra kuntalam Uddhama kanchanangana kankanadibir Virochamanam vasudeva aikshata. This is from 10th canto 3rd chapter. Learn these verses, 2 verses, right? And understand the deep meaning. Tam adbhutam balakam ambujakshanam. When Vasudeva saw Krishna took birth, tam adbhutam. Tam means, according to Sanskrit Vedas, tam means Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. Om Tat Sat. sa ekshata. So Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, amazed, Adbhutam Balakam. Why is Adbhutam? Because he's so wonderful that in order to bless Vasudeva and Devaki, even though he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he appeared in the jail cell. Balakam, in a small boy. Ambujakshanam, lotus eyes. Right? So Acharya's comment that Ambujakshana means Lakshmi Devi, she appears with a lotus flower in her hand. Then Lakshmi and Bhudevi appeared from the water. So he has two concerts, Sri Devi and Bhudevi. Like if you go to Balaji temple, Sri Devi and Bhudevi. Sri Devi compelled him to take birth. Bhudevi took the form of Mother Earth to request him to lessen her burden. So Ambujakshana, he was looking at both Sri Devi and Bhudevi with grace. Yeah, that is the meaning of Ambujakshana. Like that Srivatsankam, Shivasalakshmam, Galashobhikaustubam. Right? Then he has beautiful hair. Then all his bodily parts are fully decorated with diamond, all so many necklaces. And then he is wearing Pitambar Vastra. Then he has a beautiful hair. Blackish, curly hair. Right? When we take birth, there is very little hair. Right? When we die also, before die, all the hair goes away. Right? What is the advantage of becoming takla, Huh? Those who are very takla, उसका बाल का बाका नहीं कर सकता है कोई. Right? ऐसा बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में, बाल का बाका. Like that, हमारा बाल का बाका कोई नहीं कर सकता. इसका कर सकता है, इतना hair है. Yes. अभय अर्जुन. इसका भी आपको भी. Anyway, I will close the lecture. So in the end, Sridhar Swami says that he is praying to Lord Nishingadev, to destroy this material desires in our heart, so that we don't have to take birth again. Right? Om. Anybody knows? All of you know? Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya. Namaste Jaste Jase. Avir Bhava. Vajranaka Vajradamshta. Karmasayam Randhaya Randhaya. Tamo Grasa Grasa. Om Swaha. Abhayam Abhayam Atmanibhu Ishta. Om Shraum. The meaning of this verse is this only. Right? Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya. Namaste Jaste Jase. Avir Bhava. Vajranaka Vajradamshta. Karmasayam Randhaya Randhaya. Tamo Grasa Grasa. Prabhupada writes that he has nails like Vajra. He has nails like Vajra. So, there is one Mataji, she came, she served Lord Nishingadev. Then, Mataji or one devotee, she pierced her heart, Mataji only, her heart, and then took out all the lust from her heart, Lord Nishingadev. Right? So, Prahlad Maharaj is praying that, my dear Lord Nishingadev, please, with your sharp nails, like who are like Vajra, pierce my heart and destroy the desire for committing karmas. Karmasayam Randhaya Randhaya. Then you appear in my heart. Tamo Grasa Grasa. Avir Bhava. You appear in my heart and destroy ignorance in my heart. Right? Destroy ignorance in my heart. So these three verses you can learn. Right? Homework. Right? Tam Adbhutam Balakam Ambujakshanam. So this, you chant these verses and you pray to Lord Krishna and Lord Nishingadev. Right? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Whenever you read Bhagavad-gita, you remember, just like that Brahmana, Krishna teaching Bhagavad-gita on the chariot of Arjuna. Right? That picture will come. Whenever you remember Krishna's pastimes, when you read Krishna's pastimes, you get that picture of Krishna in your heart. Is it not? So, whenever you read Bhagavad Gita, whenever you are reading Krishna's pastimes, Krishna is taking incarnation in your heart. Right? He is appearing. Every moment, Yuga Yuga means also, and Shiva Vaishnavacharya, one Shiva Vaishnavacharya commented on this verse, Paritranaya Sadhana. So, whenever you remember Krishna's pastimes, whenever you remember Krishna's, like that, Krishna will appear in your heart. Paritranaya Sadhuna, Vinashaya Dushkritam, Dharma Sansthapanarthaya. So, he will destroy demon-like desires in our heart. Then he will protect all our good qualities that we already have. Right? We already have some good qualities, right? That's why we are here. We should not lose them. So he will protect all those good qualities and he will destroy all demoniac qualities, and then he will establish. Prabhupada, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Dharma here, means bhakti. Ashadadana, Parama, that verse, Dharma means bhakti. He will establish undeviated, pure devotional service in our heart. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Anybody has any questions? Gopal ko do.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, it is said that unless one has not successfully completed his spiritual life, so he cannot go to Vaikuntha. Even if he goes to Vaikuntha in the material world and again comes back because he doesn't have that sufficient love for the Lord. So it is my point. How can we understand better? Because there are many speakers who give different comments on this, and many say that one can go to Goloka also if one is got a kripa siddhi of the Lord, or go to Vaikuntha. So still my understanding is not clear. Can you explain that?
I didn't understand the question. What?
One cannot go to the...
Come near.
It is said that unless one has not completed his spiritual life, in a sense, one doesn't have sufficient love for the Lord, he goes to, even if he goes to Vaikuntha, he goes to Vaikuntha which is in the material world. That is also written in Bhagavatam. He doesn't go to spiritual world Vaikuntha. So he again comes back. So can you explain that? Because many times there's a confusion and people give the comments that stating that one goes fully to Vaikuntha. Or even some say that even he goes to Goloka if it is the mercy of the Lord. So how can we understand that better?
That's true. You have to become perfect. Then there is a description that if you are not finished completely your siddhi, in perfection devotional service, then again you have to take birth again. Then you will finish. You will start from where you left, and then you keep on continuing. When there is sufficiently you have qualified, then you will take birth in Bhauma Vrindavan, where Krishna is performing pastimes. There, Gopas, if you become a Gopa, then all the Gopas will train you. And if you become a Gopi, all the Gopis will train you how to serve Krishna perfectly. Then Krishna will take you to Golok Vrindavan.
So Prabhuji, this point which you made is one who understands Krishna, his pastimes, his form, etc., doesn't has to take birth or he's liberated. How is that connected also?
Just like Prabhupada says, when somebody understands, in one purport recently I am reading, when somebody understands that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will never commit sinful activities. So, if you are committing sinful activity, that means you have not understood Krishna properly. There is a theoretical understanding and there is solid tattva. Right? Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण। गुरु जी आप बता रहे थे कि लक्ष्मी आती है जब कोई जन्म लेता है जीवात्मा, तो उसके ऊपर लिख लेती है वो। तो मैंने पहले सुना था कि वो 5 दिन के बाद आती है, जब जन्म हो जाता है ना शिशु का, तो 5 दिन के बाद आती है और वो लिख के
6 दिन, 6
6 दिन। अच्छा, तो फिर प्रभु जी
Oh, that is, she is another different. Putana Harishoriji writes in the purport, in the commentary.
तो प्रभु जी प्रश्न
That is why 6th day she came, Putana came. That I will change your bhagya. Like that. Anyway, that is.
तो प्रभु जी प्रश्न ऐसा है कि फिर 6 दिन के पहले जो डेस्टिनी रहता है उस जीवात्मा का, तो फिर वो किस आधार पे चलता है वो? क्योंकि ऐसा सुने जाते हैं कि जो
Mother माँ बाप, even up to the 14 years, the child suffers or enjoys of the activities of mother father. That is why 10th Cat Bhagavatam commentary it is written that one should give charity, one should go to Tirtha Yatras to enhance the auspiciousness of children. Then one should not commit sinful activities. तो दारू का पार्टी बनाएगा, बच्चा पैदा हुआ करके उसको जाएगा, उसको लगेगा पाप बच्चा का. ओके, धन्यवाद. Yeah. Like those.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, during your lecture, you mentioned that this place is not for us. You discuss. But Srimad Bhagavatam's 6:17-28 mentioned that Narayana Parasarva Nat Kuchati Pikhyati Surga Pavargana Tulya Pikhyati. Means person who, devotees who are solely engaged in the service of the Narayana, whatever may be the condition, heavenly planets or liberations or hellish condition, whatever the reverse condition, he don't care. So how will connect?
Prabhupada is always saying, going back to Godhead, going back to Godhead. Then one devotee asked Prabhupada, what is it? Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavita ma jagadishkamaye, mama janmani, janmani, shri bhavatat bhaktari. He is saying that Lord Chaitanya is saying that I want to take birth again and again. But Prabhupada explained, Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavambudo. So that verse is, please make me dust particle on your lotus feet. That means I'll go back, I want to go back to Golok Vrindavan, make me dust particle on your lotus feet. If I am not qualified to be a dust particle on your lotus feet, then if I have to take birth again and again, let me be your servant. That is the meaning of these two verses. So Prabhupada said, this material world is not safe at all. Then one disciple asked, why is it like that? Then Prabhupada said, this world is not safe. You go back to Godhead because any time you may fall down, right? But I will remain and serve Lord Chaitanya life after life. So it is for pure devotees like Prabhupada. नारायण परा सर्वे ना कुटश्चन न विद्यते. हमारा बहुत ही फ्रेजाइल है, एटलीस्ट माई सेल्फ. आई वांट टू गो बैक.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी,
टाइम हो गया. शुड आई कंटिन्यू और एक छोटा प्रश्न पूछिए.
आज का क्लास प्रभु जी बहुत अच्छा लगा, लेकिन लास्ट में एक क्वेश्चन है कि जैसे कि आप बता रहे थे कि जो कृष्ण को जान लेगा वो पाप नहीं करेगा,
लेकिन आज के डेट में ऐसा देखा जाता है कि हर व्यक्ति ये दावा करता है कि देखो कृष्ण को मैं जानता हूं और मैं ही बता सकता हूं, और वो कृष्ण को जानने का दावा भी करता है और पाप कर्मों में भी लगता है। तो इस चीज को प्रभु जी कैसे समझेंगे, जरा इसके बारे में आप।
वही है ना, इसका मतलब ठीक से समझा नहीं वो। जो प्रभुपाद जी का स्टेटमेंट है, इफ यू आप कृष्ण को समझेगा पाप नहीं करेगा, राइट? क्योंकि जो कृष्ण को समझा वो पाप से मुक्त हो गया, अभी वो पाप का डिजायर नहीं है। वो कर रहा है का मतलब उसका श्रद्धा कोमल है, वो उसका नॉलेज है, तो क्या बोलते हैं, अनफिनिश्ड है, इनकम्प्लीट है, कंप्लीट अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है। थियोरिटिकली वो बोलता होगा, लेकिन हमारा उनका मन में सोच रहा है, उसको बोलते हैं भिन्न दृक। प्रभुपाद जी बोलते हैं थर्ड कैंटो, भिन्न दृक मीन्स कृष्णा का इंटरेस्ट अलग है, मेरा इंटरेस्ट अलग है। मैं ये सब करूंगा, कृष्ण मेरे को सप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, राइट? वो हाईएस्ट लेवल डिवोटी नहीं है। ऐसे लोगों से प्रभुपाद जी परपट में लिखते हैं वो श्लोक का कि ऐसे लोगों से दूर रहना अच्छा है।
धन्यवाद प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू वेरी मच। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।